Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gillen's Garage. Today is pretty damn exciting. I finally spent some money on the van project, and so it came in the mail today. So, I'm going to show you what I got. So, stay tuned. All right, guys, so what could be so exciting in a box this small? Well, I'll give you an idea of who it came from. Oh, right there. Power-driven diesel. Cedar City, Utah. So I'm pretty excited. This is the most I've spent on the van thus far at one sitting. So I'll unbox this a little bit and see what we got. So, what's this? 12 valve, 60-pound valve springs. Full set there, that's exciting. Sit down out of the road. And what is this? What is this? I don't know. Of course, do I have a knife with me? I'll take two. All right, so I had to get a knife. Let's try this again. Things are fun. There we go, got it open. What could this be? Oh, there we go. Injectors. Look at that. 7x9 sack, 48 degree injector set. Didn't want to go hog wild on this one. And I got the washer kit in there too. I'm gonna button that back up. Oh, it's even got my name there. Oh, my core return. Oh, good deal. I gotta send my cores back. Okay, let's set that off to the side. Goodness gracious, I'm not very good at this, let me tell you. You can tell I'm a little excited. I'm all over the place. Goodness. Oh, here we go. Here's the 4K Governor Springs. Exciting stuff there for me. Oh, what do we have here? 055 delivery valves with the O-rings. That's cool. Of course, there's I went ahead and ordered this, make life a little bit easier for me. That's the socket, spline socket for removing the delivery valves. Right here, I'm really excited about this. The AFC Live. I've watched videos on that, and I am super stoked to get that in. I haven't talked about it much, but the whole idea with this van is to get the best mileage out of it I can. So I might have a lofty goal, but with that gear vendor overdrive and 355 gears, I'm really banking on hopefully getting 25 miles to the gallon. So little ways off, but stay tuned for that. Back to the box. Oh, there's my Max Travel kit. So that'll go in the AFC housing and whatnot. So get the delivery valves. Don't need that. Oh, here we go. I went ahead and made life easy. Right here. The AFC foot. I know you can grind them off, but hey, figured if I'm spending the money, I'm just gonna go ahead and get that one. And then, I didn't even know I got this, but apparently I did. The Governor Spring Adjustment Tool, which will make life pretty easy. I don't know, they say about magnetic, so I wonder if this is magnetic. But, you know, can't really see what it is. I guess I could open that up. There, I got it opened up. Yep. Looks like the tool you need to get that piece out when you take that cover off and access it. Guess I should really open this AFC Live up because I got to figure out where I'm going to mount this thing. And let me see, just set it on my lap here while I Yeah, I've watched this enough times. Yep. Oh, there we go. Power. Increase the amount of fuel. Increase how quickly the fuel comes in on the fuel rate. And then obviously the go nasty button there for full fuel. I hope I don't use that a lot. Yeah, but I bet everybody says that too. So I'm gonna have to find a cool place to mount that. What all comes in this? Oh, there's the mounting, all the accessories. Obviously, I'm gonna have to revisit the video telling you guys check out Power Driven Diesel. They're not sponsored. I bought all this stuff. I'm not that big yet, but I'm telling you, I'm pretty excited about this. Oh, Jiminy Christmas, I can't even get it closed back up. Oh, what a struggle. I give up. All right, guys. I hope you like the unboxing. That's the first one of those I ever did, and I'm pretty excited because, like I said, that's the most amount of money I've spent yet on one item on this van build. And I thought, you know what, this would be a good time to kind of give it a breakdown of what I've spent so far. Now, I don't have all the numbers, but this is just kind of rattling off stuff that's in my head. And obviously, you see the van there. Believe it or not, I bought that van on eBay. What it'll be 2 years this September. And so I had seen it a couple of times listed. The guy had it listed, buy it now. And he first started at $1,800, and then it ended, got relisted, $1,500, didn't sell. Next time, $1,200. Next time, he threw it up for $800 or best offer. And I thought, you know, it matches our other van. I said, what do I have to lose? I threw a $600 bid on the thing. And sure enough, about 20 minutes later, offer accepted. I was like, sweet. You know, I thought, again, worst case scenario, I can use the doors and other body parts on the other van if it's that bad. So drove down to New Oxford, PA. So, you know, what, maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours from me. Went down, picked it up, and, well, I lie. I went down and looked at it after I bought it. I took the kids down, we road tripped and went down and looked at it, and then I went and got it another day. But anyhow, when I looked at it, I thought, holy crap, what a cream puff. Turns out this thing was a BWI airport hotel shuttle van. And so it lived its life just going from the airport to the hotel, back and forth, back and forth. So, I mean, it shows like 70-some thousand miles on it, so it's relatively low mileage. But the undercarriage of the thing is just incredible. Rocker panels, inner rocker panels. There's just one little spot on that sliding door on the passenger side. But for $600, it was an absolute steal. I towed it home and drove it a little bit before starting to tear it apart. But, I mean, I really didn't care much about the motor and transmission. But with that being said, I did get it running. Valve covers were leaking. Transmission shifted fine. It was a C6. But anyhow, so I paid $600 for that. But I sold the engine for $250. I sold the transmission for $100. Catalytic converter was $35. And super bonus, it came with brake drums for the rear, brake shoes for the rear, front rotors, front pads, a bunch of other parts. So basically, I valued all the parts that came with it at close to like $300. So when you tally up the $250, the $150, the $35, and the $300, I value all the parts. I basically got the van for free, which was incredible. So I was super stoked by that. Now, as far as things that I bought, the 2013 chassis that I bought to donate, to get the donor axles for the van, I paid $1,200 for those from a really cool guy down in Maryland. Chassis had like 93,000 miles on it. And so I got those home, and I was able to sell the frame for $400 to a guy. So, my investment's down to $800. but it got me a bunch of stuff that I was able to use for some of the swap. I was able to use the leaf springs, obviously the axles, the front control arms, and quite a bit of things off of it, and, you know, recouped a third of my money back. As you can see there, I bought that Champion radiator. That's actually an F-Series IDI radiator, but I was able to make that work in the van. And I forget, it was like $350, not too bad. Aside from that, all steel. You know, I bought steel pieces for building the brackets and whatnot, but don't have a bunch of money wrapped up. I'd say, you know, maybe $300-400 in steel accessories and whatnot. And I did buy that. I ended up buying another set of control arms off of a guy down the road for $100, and I bought a steering box off that same guy for, I think, $150, because I'm using the 05 to 07 Super Duty steering box because it made life a lot easier. Aside from that, I bought that Sky Off-Road has that extended. They call it a drag link extension for like a 99 to 04 Super Duty truck. It just gave me that little bit longer length in the drag link that I needed to come off the steering box down to the knuckle, and that was like $100. So really, truly, you know, aside from the purchase of all the power-driven diesel parts, you know, which I'll tell you, I purchased those because, you know, just this last month, it just ended, you know, they had like 10 or 15% off on pretty much everything. And I thought, plus they're offering some contests, or they were offering some contests where I could maybe win a turbo, which would be freaking sweet. Or, hey, maybe that truck, I don't know what I'd do with a Dodge, but I'd figure it out, I guess. But anyhow, so I bought all the engine parts for like $1,350, a little under that. But that's the bulk that I have spent thus far, aside from the rolling chassis. And so truly, at this point, now, yes, I had the frame sandblasted, and they sandblasted a couple other things for me, and that was $120 cash. I mean, you can't freaking beat that deal with a stick. So I was super stoked by that. The paint, I did some horse trading with a guy. I sold him a Dana 60 out of like a 95 plus truck, and he helped me with the gear vendor, and he got me some paint. And so, you know, we're always working back and forth, and that's really the name of the game with this project is, you know, I'm not moving super fast, but I'm you know, pay as I go, just like all of us, right? Everybody's working on a budget. I'm working on a budget, man. If I could have this thing done tomorrow, I totally wish I could, but that's just not the way it works, right? I gotta live within my means when it comes to working in the shop. So scrapping's been big right now. I've been making decent money, and so I had the money. I was like, I'm gonna buy these parts, take advantage of the sale, hopefully maybe win something. So definitely a shout out to Power Driven Diesel, because those guys are super helpful. Every time I've talked to those guys, just a cool bunch of dudes, and check out their channel. A lot of informative stuff out there. You know, I'm no freaking Cummins guru by any stretch of the imagination, but they've taken some of the mystery out of it for me, and you know, so I'm willing to try a couple things. Now I'm gonna send. Let's see. Oh, right there is the Cummins. We can walk over and look at it, but that's the one I'm going to use. That thing's got like about 165,000 miles on it, so we're going to take it apart, pull a crank bearing cap off, and check clearances, and run through a couple other things and make sure that thing's pretty good before we start throwing the parts on. Probably pull the head and check the bore, and go over everything, and obviously put a Cummins intake gasket back on it. So the guys at Power Driven Diesel said, I should say I got the 400 horse kit, and explained to me I shouldn't really need to do head studs or anything like that. And really, truly, I'm building this thing for the mileage, guys. I know that 25 miles per gallon might sound crazy with that big rig, but not to get real crazy, but I want to try to do some aerodynamic improvements. And that's where I usually lose everybody. But, put a removable air dam on the front of this thing. Maybe, let's see if I can do this. Some side skirts between the wheels. And as goofy as it may sound, a removable aerodynamic tail. Just like you see on those semi-trucks, No, I didn't flunk my CDL. Never had one. Not a great concern. But if I can drive from here to Montana on basically figuring 60 gallons of fuel without stopping, then that would be freaking awesome. So that's the goal. That's why I put that 38-gallon tank. I'm working on an auxiliary tank. I got the propane as a supplement. And so hopefully the mileage is there. And obviously we got to stop. Everybody's got to take a leak at some point. But, that would be awesome to leave my house here in PA and drive the entire way to Montana without stopping for fuel. That would just, that's the goal. And that's why I got this thing built. That's why I put the gear vendor. And so, I don't know. You caught me really babbling. This is my first babble video, I guess. But hey, some things you just got to throw out there. And, I just thought it was a good time to cover some of the costs that I've had thus far. So, like I say, I think I'm somewhere even still under $3,000. I don't know. You can rewind it and break out your calculator and add up some of the crap I was saying. But I'm not going to worry about it right now because it's all been paid for, which is the nice part. It's not like I'm putting this stuff on a credit card and I'm running up a bill. I'm scrapping, I'm collecting the money, and then it goes back out again. But I'm having a blast doing it, and I really appreciate you guys. Shout out today, over the weekend, Easter weekend, I broke 500 subscribers. So I want to thank all you guys that care about what I'm saying and appreciate what I got going on here. And I really appreciate everybody, these first 500, and here's to the next 5,000. If you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe. I'm going to keep it rolling. I've been slacking a little bit. I didn't get the frame back together, but you can kind of see I did unearth the axles back there. I'm slowly cleaning up. You can still see the clutter. That's one of my struggles. I'm not the most organized guy around, and I'm sure we all struggle with that to some extent, but my struggle was real. And so I got the rack in, and, I'd much rather be working in the shop than on the shop. But, this whole YouTube thing has really helped me out with that organization and, trying to hide camera angles to hide the mess. And it's like, you know what? That's not working for me. So I was talking to a guy tonight, and I was like, you know what? I really seen the benefits thus far of having the channel is just, number one, the positive feedback I've gotten, which I freaking love it. I really do. It's a great motivator. And seeing that and then like seeing people interested motivates me to keep moving. So it's like, I don't want to let anybody down because I got this stuff going and I got to keep moving. And so it's really freaking driven me to keep moving. Now, I jump back and forth between my Broncos and the van and I don't know, but it reminds me of a saying, and I got to throw it out here. For you guys that have Hulu, you got to check out John Bronco. Now, if you're a Ford guy like me, I mean, yes, it's a glorified 45-minute Ford commercial, but you know what? It was way more than that. It was freaking hilarious. And one little saying on that is John Bronco in one of his advertisements says, you know, steak and potatoes feeds my body, but Bronco feeds my soul. And I thought, you know what? That's absolutely right. But see, I'd kind of translate it and say Ford, you know, copyright issues. Ford feeds my soul. But it's bigger than that. So, all right, guys. I won't bore you any longer. I hope you guys dug it. More to come on the van. I got the tranny out on the little red Bronco 2 over there. I'm waiting to get it back in, and it was a struggle getting it out with the exhaust on. I felt like a total amateur, but apparently you're supposed to cut the exhaust out on those, and if I do that or remove the exhaust, it's going to be a total pain. But I don't want to get ramped up in another discussion. We'll save that Bronco story for another episode of Gillen's Garage. So, hey, stay tuned. I hope you like what you see. Again, if you do, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot.